SVG.
Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliment of Court St. Vincent Limited.
It's a mega flash sale! Only at Courts! Woohoo! Act now! And save up to 50% off selected items across the store. No cash? No problem. Shop with ready finance and pay nothing for 30 days. This offer is available in store only and good for a limited time or while supplies last. Conditions apply. Courts, we can value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliment of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Minister of Education and National Reconciliation Curtis King has commended the efforts of all stakeholders following the release of this year's CAPE and CSEC exams. The Education Minister during Thursday's parliamentary session noted that the preparation for the exams by the various stakeholders would not have been without challenges, but said this is all the more reason why they should be congratulated for their success in the CXC exams. We hear more from Minister King.
I rise to offer my congratulations to all the stakeholders involved in the preparation of our students for the very important external examinations which have just been completed. Those conducted by CXC, I refer to CAPE and CSEC. Madam Speaker, the teachers, the leadership of the schools, parents, other sponsors and supporters, as well as, and very importantly, the students themselves. Every year they engage in this exercise, despite whatever challenges might confront them. I'm always very happy to offer my congratulations whenever they come out successfully.
That was the Minister of Education and National Reconciliation, Curtis King. Minister King during Parliament on Thursday said he was not yet in a position to comment on the overall performance of the nation in the CXC exams this year, as queries have been lodged. He assured that once all the relevant information is at hand, a detailed report on this year's exams will be made available. Minister of Housing Dr. Orlando Brewster announced in Parliament that efforts are underway to repair over 500 houses damaged by Hurricane Beryl, with 171 already fully repaired. Repairs are ongoing for an additional 185 houses, and 215 homeowners have received materials to conduct their own repairs, with periodic inspections to ensure proper use. Starting August 26th, work will begin on 67 houses with severe damage, levels 3 and 4, through the Housing and Land Development Corporation, the HLDC. The minister emphasized the need for thorough repairs and more contractors to handle the extensive damage to approximately 4,000 affected homes. In the Southern Grenadines, repairs have started this week with 22 houses on Union Island. Still on the local scene, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves has provided an update on the shelter numbers here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines following the impact of Hurricane Beryl. The Prime Minister, during his update, disclosed that there are currently 1,027 persons still located in shelters throughout both mainland and the Grenadines. Prime Minister Gonsalves said that of the 29 active shelters, 14 are schools, 12 on mainland and 2 in the Grenadines. He noted that the arrangements are being made for shelterees to be relocated to emergency shelters that aren't schools ahead of the new school term starting September 2nd. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
Across St. Vincent and the Grenadines, there are 29 shelters now, 29 shelters on the mainland and other shelters in the Grenadines, with 1,027 shelterees. On St. Vincent, there are 12 schools which are still acting as shelters, and 1 in Canawan and 1 in Beckway. 5 emergency shelters were closed last week. 6 really, sorry. 6. Calico Government, Belmont Government School, Lomans Leeward Primary School, Bethel High School, Buckerman Secondary School, and Brighton Primary School. What we have done, we have relocated some persons to emergency shelters like the community centers, learning resource centers, the Barrel Emergency Shelter.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. Prime Minister Gonsalves says that it is hoped by this weekend that consolidation from the J.P. Eustace Secondary School and the Kingston Government School, which currently houses 79 and 77 shelteries respectively. The Prime Minister also disclosed that 182 persons have been placed from emergency shelters into private or tourism accommodations. He also noted that 31 persons that were in private homes were moved into tourism accommodations. On to news in the region. St. Kitts and Nevis has condemned the violence from both sides in Venezuela's recent disputed presidential elections. Foreign Affairs Minister Dr. Denzel Douglas expressed hope for peace and a resolution that strengthens Venezuela's democratic process. St. Kitts and Nevis plans to collaborate with regional and international organizations like the OAS, CARICOM, and the UN to address the conflict. The Venezuelan Supreme Court recently declared Nicolas Maduro the election winner, but the opposition alleges electoral fraud and has reported arrests and violence in response to protests. Opposition figures Edmundo Gonzalez and Maria Corina Machado are in hiding. Chair of CARICOM and Prime Minister of Grenada Digon Mitchell has called for increased vigilance in the Caribbean following the World Health Organization's declaration of the Mpox outbreak as a public health emergency of international concern on August 14th. He urged citizens to stay informed through CAFA and local health authorities, report unusual symptoms, and seek medical attention if needed. CARICOM and CAFA are coordinating a regional response, including monitoring travelers and facilitating quick identification of cases. While no Mpox cases have been reported in the Caribbean so far, heightened surveillance and preparedness are crucial due to the outbreak's potential for global spread. Mpox, caused by the monkeypox virus, can spread through contact with infected individuals or animals. Regular updates will be provided as the situation evolves. On the international scene, U.S. Democrats at the Democratic National Convention in Chicago have rejected demands from uncommitted delegates for a Palestinian speaker. Protesters who oppose U.S. support for Israel's actions in Gaza staged a sit-in outside the arena but did not receive a response from Kamala Harris's campaign by their deadline. While thousands rallied outside the convention, the war in Gaza was barely addressed inside. The Harris campaign stated that the focus was on Vice President Harris's speech and had met with protest leaders but did not agree to their demands. Activists criticized the decision, stating it hindered discussion on Palestinian human rights. Representative Ilhan Omar noted that foreign policy is generally underrepresented at conventions. Finally, in sports, Vincentian Olympian Shafiqa Maloney continues to make her country proud with her most recent impressive performance at the Wonder Diamond League in Switzerland. Maloney participated in the women's 800-meter event, coming out with a time of 1:59.28. The history-making athlete took to social media to share news of her race, saying, "My first Diamond League race is over and I finished healthy with a pretty decent race." The Diamond League is an annual series of elite track and field athletic competitions comprising 15 of the best invitational athletics meetings. The series sits in the top tier of the World Athletics one-day meeting competitions. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WEFM's 3 p.m. news. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
It's a mega flash sale! Only on Quartz! Act now and save up to 50% off selected items across the store. No cash, no problem. Shop with ready finance and pay nothing for 30 days. This offer is available in store only and good for a limited time or while supplies last. Conditions